Most loved versus hated YouTube houses. There are tons of great content groups on YouTube that make your day slightly better, but what you probably didn't know is that there are tons of equivalent bad groups as well. In this video, we're going to go through the best versus worst YouTube groups, so stay tuned until the very end. Let's start with AMP. It just makes a lot of sense to talk about the hyper-energetic group that built so many successful content creators. Created in 2019, AMP stands for Any Means Possible, with the original members being Agent 00, Duke Dennis, Phantom, and Davis. Being scattered all over the US, they decided to settle ground in Atlanta and gained tons of popularity when Kai Cenat joined in 2020. A bit later, they also acquired Chris Next Door, who was their official video editor, and the quality of the content has gone up by a mile. With their stunts like Guess the Racist and Beyond Scared Straight, AMP made content that was enjoyable to watch and relatable to everyone. And their growth wasn't unseen by other content creators as well. For example, Mr. Beast collaborated with them on The Extreme Obstacle Course. Their success can be measured with the switch from YouTube to Twitch. Each member of the AMP is highly rated on the streaming platform. Not only that, but Kai Cenat broke every single record he could, ending the Mafiathon 3 by having LeBron James over, who cut his dreadlocks. By winning the Streamer of the Year award twice, Kai made sure to pay respect where respect is due.
I want to thank my family, my friends on a day-to-day basis who push me to be the best that I can be. Also, AMP, Agent, Duke, Phantom, Chris, Davis. I love y'all. I wish y'all was here to accept this award too. And last but not least, the Mafia, y'all. Y'all went crazy. My supporters, I love y'all to death. Streamer of the Year is crazy, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
But unlike them, we cannot say the same for the Bop House. Originally created in 2024 by Sophie Rain and Aisha Sophie, the controversial content that started swarming on TikTok and OnlyFans made everyone question the life choices of these so-called models. Later on, other models joined as well, such as Camila Araujo, Summer Iris, Joy May, Julia Filippo, and Ava Reyes. But what said their downfall was the shady stuff that revolved around Piper Raquel. Piper collaborated with Bop House ever since she was 17 years old, which is, by law, illegal. But nothing shook the Bop House more than the departure of Joy May, one of the first models to be part of the community.
The Bop House. I am done. I am done with the consistent gaslighting, the stupid drama, and most importantly, doing anything for views. You guys are vultures. You guys will prey on anything to get you your next viral video or get you guys the most views, and I'm so over it. You guys even used me crying over something that is legitimately wrong and that I genuinely care about to get yourself views. I'm done. Fuck the Bop House.
The scandal with Piper has deepened, with several outlets reported that it was her mom who actually exploited her to this level and made her choose this career path, primarily by selling dirty underwear of her daughter. Be that as it may, Bop House's views have plummeted after this scandal, and to this day they're the constant target of criticism and one of the most hated YouTube groups ever. But let's move on to a more positive content creator house, Sidemen. Originally founded in 2013 by KSI, Mini Minter, Zerka, Vixter123, TayBJSL, and Bazinga, the group had a lot of aspirations ahead of them, and they accomplished everything that stood on their ground. Videos like 20 Women vs. 1 Sideman, as well as Cheap vs. Expensive, have elevated the content creating process to the next level. But nothing tops the Monopoly in real life and Among Us real life challenges that they created. It seems like everything you see from them was pure gold, and even when they tried to make it like things were falling apart, they managed to do so in a succeeding manner, just like when KSI announced he'd be departing Sidemen because of Ethan.
I'm no longer with the Sidemen. I will be going solo, I guess. Yeah. Why I'm leaving Sidemen? Mainly because of Ethan. I'd say he was the main reason I'm leaving.
Later on, he admitted that it was fake, but the fans were absolutely loving the development of events.
It was fake, motherfuckers! You mad? Huh? You mad?
And when many thought that they'd reached the pinnacle of creating content when they reached 10 million subscribers in December 2020, Sidemen proved this is just the start of their journey. The group created Inside, the first reality show from their site, and it was an absolute success. Netflix took the rights to stream the show, where 10 contestants battled it out for £1 million over the course of 7 days, and it was everything you'd want to turn your TV on for. But let's not forget about Team 10, a YouTube group that has gone downhill because of the poor leadership displayed by Jake Paul. The group was created in 2016 and Jake Paul believed that he was onto something here, until the scandals started pouring in one after another. The potential was truly there. Stars like Alyssa Violet and the Dobra and Martinez twins have all hopped on the hype train that thrived on Jake Paul's enthusiasm. But Alyssa's confessions triggered a cascade of events that were irreversible.
Get fined $50 and you have to pay $50. No alcohol at the house, or you get fined $500. No smoking. Every single guest that you had over had to be approved by Jake. Niels would always ask to have friends over. He's like, yeah, that's fine. But the second I asked to have a guy over, he would be like, no, absolutely not. And I'd be like, why? He'd be like, I just don't want him here. But then he would have girls over all the time.
This was just the tip of the iceberg. Jake Paul kicked Alyssa, with whom he had an on and off relationship with, out of the house.
So, I'm sure you guys want to know what's going on right now. Basically this, Jake's kicking me out. He didn't want to wait for me to get my apartment, which I'm getting in a couple days, so he threw all my stuff downstairs and put a lock on the door.
His response was nothing more than a child dealing with a tantrum, creating a diss track, one that received popularity for all the wrong reasons, one of the most disliked videos on the internet. And from there on, it was just a freefall. The Martinez brothers have also brought in their share of the story, in which they were forced to do stuff that they were uncomfortable with.
How? So the reason is he said to us, you guys should do that. You guys should do it.
And we were like,
do it.
Yeah, and we were like, no, I don't want to do it.
Why am I gonna do it? It looks bad. It looks so weird.
And he was like, no, it's people is gonna love. You're gonna get a lot of followers. Whatever.
But that's not the story of 100 Thieves, one of the most popular YouTube groups that started their journey back in 2017. Mad Hag, also known as Nadeshot, was a professional Call of Duty player who decided to focus on the esports organization and create his own house. The goal was simple: invest all of the money in the gamers and where it matters the most. And that's why 100 Thieves has quickly diversified in other esport environments such as League of Legends and Valorant. Their path, however, was all but smooth. Nadeshot created 100 Thieves with his partner Nick Merckx, and they parted ways somewhere in between the rise of the organization.
It was for me to grow, and in turn that would grow 100 Thieves, right? That was my role, and he made some promises to me as a friend, how we were going to do it, how he was going to take care of me. I don't like him. Him and I are not cool. We're never gonna be cool. I don't want nothing to do with him. I never do business with him. I'll never sit down at a table with him ever again.
The response from Nadeshot was quick and quite diplomatic, if I must say.
I have a lot of respect for what Nick has done with his career, and I think he's one of the best at what he does as a content creator. Very charismatic. I've always been a big fan of his and his career. I'm not going to make a comment or statement on the situation at hand. I know that's probably disappointing for a lot of you, but I just don't think that there's any point in having this back and forth, because it just, I don't want to do it. I'm sorry that Nick feels the way that he does. It's just a tough situation all around. So that's all you guys are going to hear from me on the matter. And I hope you guys can respect that. If not, it's okay. I totally understand if you might feel a certain type of way about the situation.
But even with all of this, it was quite obvious that the rise of 100 Thieves was truly a work of wonder. Combined with a disciplined approach, they even managed to get Valkyrie to collaborate on many of their videos, which only boosted the popularity to a greater extent. Money kept pouring in. 100 Thieves managed to raise $35 million from Artist Capital Management. But even when all of this money couldn't change his mind, he made sure to keep his promises.
Left behind.
You guys have invested your entire careers and what you've built up into this point so thoughtfully and so contagiously and so collaboratively throughout the years with this organization. And I don't think there's any greater honor than to welcome you guys as co-owners of this incredible team.
As of now, 100 Thieves is worth around $460 million in its most recent valuation in 2021. These were the most loved and hated YouTube houses. If you liked our video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more related content.